5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Introducing first fighting out of the blue corner. At 5'9", weighing in 156 pounds even. His professional record 8-7. Originally from Curitiba, Brazil. Now fighting out of London, England, Jorge Kanella. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner at 5'11", weighing in 155 pounds even as a professional. 11 victories, 3 defeats. He fights out of London, England, Alfie, the X-Man Davis. In charge of the action, your referee, Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald, our referee. London Shoot Fighters represented once again, this time by Alfie Davis against Curitiba, Brazil's Jorge Kanella. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
Ready to fight? Ready to fight? Let's go.
Here we go. Davis with a head kick early in the red gloves, blue gloves for the Brazilian, now calling London home, Kanella. He's making his Bellator debut tonight. Alfie Davis looking to move to 3-0 in the Bellator cage.
Kanella trying to land big right hands, but he needs to be very careful with the kicking game of Alfie Davis. Alfie is very good at his switch kicks. He has an axe kick that he has knocked people completely unconscious in MMA. That is something you rarely see.
Did a nice job in Dublin back in February on short notice, earning a unanimous decision victory. His other kick was a body kick finish in his Bellator debut. Again, that fight was here in London.
Yeah, when you talk about the axe kick, Andy Hoog was the man with the axe kick out of K1. But in K1, it's a little bit different than doing it in mixed martial arts. And doing it in mixed martial arts, it's a kick that takes actually a long amount of time because you're bringing your leg so high up and then having to change the direction and bring it down. But he's so quick with it, and the way he sets it up is beautiful. And we'll see if he ends up trying to land one today.
Well, he's had one that went viral, thus the nickname the Axeman, Alfie Davis. In the southpaw stance, he'll switch. As will Kanella.
And Jorge Kanella right now making a big mistake in that he's following Alfie. Watch the footwork and watch when you see Alfie coming to his left. You're seeing Kanella step following him instead of stepping off and cutting him off. He's got to start cutting off that motion if he wants to land shots against Alfie.
Jorge has finished 7 of his 8 wins. All of his finishes have come in the first round. And it's a good pace early with Davis and Kanella. Once again, Davis in the red gloves, blue gloves for Kanella.
It is a good pace, but if you're watching this fight the way you should, like a judge would, you're seeing one fighter throwing shots and not landing, with the other fighter throwing shots, and many of them are.
Jorge Kanella, no amateur MMA fights, but 41 professional Muay Thai wins. Shocking for a guy from Curitiba.
I think they know something about Muay Thai from Curitiba.
They're not really any good strikers from there.
Yeah, none that I can think of offhand.
8 of them might be named Silva.
Oh, yeah. Be it a guy with an A or a W.
Right, exactly. Or B, depending on, you know.
Or a Jose Pele Landy John.
Yeah. Cyborg.
Yep.
Yeah, not bad. Shogun. Spin and just missed. 2 creative strikers.
Oh, there it was. He tried. Brought it up. This is a good opportunity for Kanella to try do some damage here. Should not allow Alfie Davis to get back to his feet from this position. Keep pressing, land those leg kicks. That's a good idea, but don't let him come back up in this position.
Alfie Davis, very highly ranked in kickboxing. And he's back up.
You can see, just look at the size of the legs on Alfie Davis. He's got a lot of power in his lower body, so when those kicks come out, they land with some steam. They got weight behind them. That creates a velocity and an impact that you feel it.
And at 27, John, with a record of 11-3. Future could be very bright for the London Shoot Fighters Axeman Alfie Davis. Had a 7-fight win streak from 2015 to 2017. Former kickboxing world champion with a ton of Muay Thai and kickboxing experience as well.
Well, you just notice how he blades his body in the stand-up. So what that's doing is it's creating an angle that you're really getting only one side that you can try to attack him and hurt him. Because you're not going to throw punches to his back. That's not going to be effective for you. So he's taking his body and creating it so he knows what side you're going to come to.
For those who don't know as much as you and Chael, sorry, Josh, I know you know too. Blading. Talk about blading.
Blading of the body is, look at, when you are that stand-up fighter. Now, in MMA, blading of the body is going to be a little bit different than blading as far as boxing.
Which is the name in which Jorge uses, because in Brazil, as you know, they may have 4 or 5 or 6 names. Kanella means strong legs in Portuguese. The low inside kick. Kanella does like to counterattack, John. Sorry.
Oh, it's good. You're exactly right. He is looking for those counters. He landed some good shots in the first round, especially when he got Alfie Davis. The kicks that he landed to the legs while he was on his back, those are all good strikes and everything. But overall, he's missing at distance. He's lunging at Alfie. Alfie is seeing that setup when he is not trying to counter, and he's trying to bring that offense, and he's missing that mark by just that little bit. You're throwing, you're trying, you're just not hitting that target.
Back and forth, first 5 minutes. Who got the edge on your card?
No doubt in my mind, Alfie Davis took the first round 10.
So not even the edge.
No edge.
No edge. Maybe that's why they don't let me judge. They're done in kickboxing. Alfie Davis, 27 years old. MVP with a ton of teammates to cheer on and corner here tonight. Big swing and a miss by the Brazilian.
And when you have those big swings like you see Kanella doing it and they're missing, it takes twice the energy, because you're not only revving it up and throwing that thing, you've got to slow it down and stop it too.
That size advantage that Davis has is definitely factoring in the fight thus far. And John, you pointed out that Jorge Kanella is missing by just a bit.
Yeah, it is. This is a game of inches, man, and it's a matter of when you have an opponent who's landing those shots, and some of Alfie's shots are really good ones. Some of them are, just touches. But Kanella keeps on trying to counter those shots, and he's just missing most of it. He lands every now and then, but not enough for him to stay competitive. And when, like you just watched right there, he throws a nice right hook, but it hits the shoulder. It didn't hit his chin, and so it's like, missed right there with that nice right hand, but it's missing. So it doesn't matter that he's throwing it. He's got to take that little bit of a step, that distance gauge that a Conor McGregor is so good at of, I'll give this and then I'm going to come forward. And that's the difference between them missing or hitting.
Lyoto Machida.
Oh, there you go. And look at Machida's last fight, against Chael. What a beautiful job of controlling the distance of a guy that is a fresher guy, putting intense pressure on you, but utilizing your footwork and understanding that distance. And when you're attacking, you're closing that distance, so all of your shots are landing.
Did it years ago against Ryan Bader, and when Ryan decides to go on a diet again. I'd be happy to see that rematch.
Man, I would love to. I did that first fight, and I'm telling you.
As did I.
Exactly. I think we were both there.
Yeah.
And man, I would love to see that rematch because I think Ryan Bader at this point is a completely different fighter. I think he's a guy that his confidence is at an all-time high, and his skill set is completely different at this point than it was when he fought Leota the first time.
People forget Ryan Bader has only been defeated 5 times in his professional
and
career.
And you look at who beat him: Leota Machida, John Jones,
Glover.
I mean, it's not like he got beat by guys that no one knows of. He got beat only by the very best, and that was a long time ago.
Yes.
He hasn't had that happen in a while.
Rumble. Yeah, that's right. And you're right. He is
beautiful
feeling it right now. Our 2-division champion, along with Patricio Pitbull. That's the distance in which Jorge Kanella wants to fight from.
Yeah, again, just look at you can see Alfie Davis just not getting hit. Slips right off, nothing there. This is a guy who is controlling that distance. When I talk about you need to control the distance, that's exactly what you're seeing Alfie Davis do right now. And you're seeing all those shots are starting to add up and it's not that Jorge Kanella is not trying and not still looking to do damage. He's just having a hard time with that distance, and so his production's starting to go down.
Coming off that short notice victory, looking to move to 3-0 inside the Bellator cage. 3rd and final round. This is my first Kanella fight, by the way. See, I knew you would get that.
I like that.
Southpaw stance.
Nice job. See, now again, you saw what Jorge Kanella did right there, getting him down. Do not let him up. Create that pressure. Think about where you're going to position yourself, hip forward, and start to try to do damage and keep Alfie from being able to do damage to you. Beautiful jump. See Alfie, even off of his back, he's dangerous with his kicks. Again, don't let him set. Once his hand hits the ground, you've got to pressure forward to keep him there.
Saw this situation earlier in the fight. Alfie got his legs punished a little bit, but was able to get up. Watch out for the up kick.
George is trying. You see him switching his stance, trying to figure out a way that he can move in on him to land a big shot. It's just not happening for him right now.
But he's not letting him get up.
No, he's not. That's a smart fighter. It's like, oh, I had this opportunity once. I'm not going to let this one pass again. And what you're seeing... You're seeing referee Kevin McDonald stop the fight based upon, watch where the kick goes to the butt here. Not related here. Now you are not allowed to check anywhere in this fight. You can say it's a tailbone.
Not in your corner.
It could be, and if you understand how a Muay Thai cuff is tied and what happens if you get hit where that cord goes, it can move the cup, which actually hits you, and that's why you're seeing what the reaction from Alfie Davis that you're seeing.
I have a gentleman who sat next to me, as you are right now, for many years, who explained the Thai cup on numerous occasions.
Yeah, that kick right there shouldn't cause any problems, but many times that cup will actually move, and anything that goes up towards you ends up not being a good shot for a fighter, but really that's not an illegal blow by Kanella. But you see referee Kevin McDonald saying that's 1 point because he's looking at it saying it's intentional.
Wow. So that really puts Kanella in a hole.
Yeah, well, he was in a hole already, so he's going to have to do something special in this fight. But at least he knows it. That's what he's trying to do. He's going for it. You got to appreciate a guy that is, I'm not going to give anything in this fight. I'm going to fight you to the very end.
Jose da Paz prefers to go by Jorge Kanella. And if I messed up my Portuguese, Hoist will be down here in a second to correct me. Some others might scold me as well.
Someone, I don't know who that could be.
Could be from Curitiba, though, with the last name.
She's a lot better looking than me.
Really? Captain Obvious.
Thank you very much. Yeah, look, I love what I'm seeing out of Kanella. He's saying, well, I got to go for it. I got to take chances. I got to take some risks, and that's what he's doing.
Nice. Good connection there. Midway point of the third and final round.
And you see, you got hurt there. Just like I was going to say, you're seeing Jorge cut those angles and stop, but he's overextending on it, which is giving openings, and then he got caught.
Knee to the body.
Not a good place if you're going to be in a clinch with Alfie Davis. Break away.
2 minutes. Alfie Davis, you shared this club with me. Good left hand.
Yeah, nice. He landed with the kick, wasn't in the right spot. It was cut short. That's why it didn't hurt him. But then lands with the hand as he tries to push him towards the cage to take him down.
The quote you shared with me is, Alfie said, I am a cheeky chap with a cheeky fight style.
That works here in London.
Yes. It's brilliant. It's just simply brilliant.
Just simply brilliant.
115. Some really good preliminary matchups here inside the SSE Arena, Wembley, working up to our main card on Paramount Network.
You see the way that Alfie Davis is able to utilize that side kick as a jab, keeping his opponent back, knocking him backwards when he starts to come in. Beautiful, beautiful work by a striker that has got skills above the norm in our sport.
Flying knee from Davis. Kanella running out of time. Certainly a sense of urgency here in round number 3. But his attack was closed by or slowed, if you will, John, by that counter by Alfie Davis.
When he got hurt, it changed what he was able to do.
With the official decision, Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the decision, we'll go to your judges' scorecards, where all 3 judges see it the same, 29-27. All have it for the winner by unanimous decision, Alfie, the X-Man Davis.